Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Azrael's the only one who gets points. Welcome. We're playing the Never Chosen again tonight. Mr. Azrael will be DMing again. We have the lovely Shock Trooper playing Caligar, the Dwarven Artificer. The lovely Dan Schold, because apparently I say it wrong, playing Tobias Atzwiger, the Arcane Archer.
I'm a ranger.
Miss Foxish playing Cardinal Lawalaw. She is a cleric. A blood cleric, and I am coming for that booty playing Ezekiel. We'll have Unforeseen Hunter here for Bertrand of Quinels, the lawful good paladin. And Dan's has some sponsor messages for us.
Our first sponsor is MonumentStudios.net. They have 2 weeks left in their Fantasy Plus Kickstarter campaign, currently sitting at just about $182,000. Tasteful ambiance to show-stopping epics, cinema-like combat sequences, and epic endgame themes, thematic plot twists to BBEG cutscenes. Fantasy Plus will be the best TTRPG audio application out there. The $150,000 stretch goal was for a desktop client for Fantasy Plus. The $200,000 stretch goal, which is almost there, will have multiple scenes ready to go that you can switch back and forth between them. And that is MonumentStudios.net. Keep going to their Kickstarter. Yeah. The next sponsor is Last Bastion Studios. They write comics and have awesome characters like Jack Da Silva in their successful Kickstarter campaign, Heel Turn. Violent Jack has always been an uncontrollable force in the wrestling industry. He made a name for himself in the Southern Territories and is known as the most hardcore wrestler in Japan. When he returned to the United States, he continues his streak of madness and vows to keep being a menace well into the twilight of his career. Look for Jack in the upcoming Heel Turn comic from Last Bastion Studios. That's that.
Okay, so I didn't write a recap for last week, so does anyone want to try and do a fancy recap, or we can just do the simplest, most basic one I can think of?
Oh,
I can do it.
note taker, go.
Because I took notes.
Go
Last
gadget,
session, we
note
were at
taker.
the Tower of Hoth. Silence yourself, I'm speaking. Last session we were at the Tower of Hoth, and we met an acolyte called Vapar, guided us around the place. We met the lore master, and he agreed to translate our little scrap of paper that we found. And we got several clues as to where we're supposed to go and what they mean. Whole nice little poem. Then we learned a little bit more about the Ever Chosen called Archaon. We learned his name. We learned a little bit about the 4 Chaos Gods and how powerful they are, and then we talked a little bit about how we wanted to tackle where do we go first, who do we kill first, who do we fight, etc. We did some preparation. Ezekiel sneaked a little bit to ask about the Queen of Air and Darkness. I wonder for what reason. Yeah, we did a little shopping, a little disguising. Somebody got a sea dragon cloak. And then we went to see the captain to set sail. This is what this session.
It was for a friend, I promise.
He lives!
Oh, title video. Haha. Ha ha ha. I think I forgot one thing. And we're back. Hello, Movito. Hello, my friend. Having a good day?
They also ignore cover.
Well, yeah, it's like a sharpshooter shot without the +10. They ignore cover completely or 3/4 cover?
Half and 3/4. What
Yeah.
do you think would be an appropriate price for them?
I'll pay 10 gold per arrow. And I'll give you
That sounds reasonable.
persuasion. For 5 arrows.
The dwarf will not be handing the elves any gold.
And I'm assuming once I shoot the arrow, it's used. It's not coming back. That's an assumption.
No, with ammunition, like ammunition like that, you would keep track of normally, which is after a fight, you get half of the arrows rounding up that you fired. You get them back.
If you shot 6, you get 3. If you shot 5, you get 3.
If I shot 1, I get 1?
Yeah.
If the effect lasts, I'll buy 5 for 100.
Okay.
Got it.
So I'm just gonna add them to your D&D Beyond,
Perfect.
and then I will bring that over to Foundry because I forgot to do that before.
All right, then I'm good to go.
Yep. Why did that not work?
You don't have the sending spell that you can think of. If not, I'll switch it out.
What?
Do we have any need of the sending spell at this current moment?
Sending? Probably not. Unless
Okay,
we
did
were.
anyone else update their buy something and update on D&D Beyond that needs to update in Foundry?
I need thieves' tools.
You need to update that on D&D Beyond, but you already have it in Foundry, I'm pretty sure.
I have it on D&D Beyond because I added it there. I don't see it in my inventory. Let me double check my actual.
Yeah, it's there.
I used 100 gold as a down payment.
You did.
Why don't I see it?
Go into your inventory and under tools.
I have weapons and consumables.
Open up the actor tab. Go into the party and open yourself up there. I'm looking right at it.
I updated my money. And that's about it.
Okay.
Ah, weird. Oh, it's because it's not equipped. Okay, never mind. We're good. Thank you.
Everyone else is good though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just giving
Okay.
myself some stuff back.
I see you want to buy a longsword?
Well, I had a dark elf longsword from our adventures on the sea, and I want to keep it.
Okay.
And
I'll
then,
just give you the longsword then.
yeah, the transfer.
Yeah, because that thing would take money from you.
Whatever.
I'll take his money so he can keep the longsword. It goes to my goals long term financially.
Did want to buy potions.
Ooh.
I'll just pick up 2. And I remember you each said there were 40 gold, right?
Yes.
I would like to pick up 2 as well.
Well, Cardinal, which were you picking up?
Alchemy his fire and
Oh,
acid.
I would like 2 healing potions.
Those are 50.
I'll still take them. Do I need to buy those through the thing?
So Tobias now has a longsword.
I'll take 1 potion of healing, and that would drop me down to 16 gold.
Do you just want us to purchase from like compendium?
Yeah, there's
shop?
a store.
There's a store. Where's the store?
If you go into the compendiums down to shops, let's go city, and then just whatever prices they have in there.
Filter of love. Telling me I could
Not knowing
make
that campaign.
Bertrand fall in love with me. Money. That would be money well spent.
And I had a potion of greater healing as well. That got zapped in the transfer.
Okay.
After that, I think I should be good.
And Bertrand wanted a potion of healing, right?
I found the store.
Okay then. Everyone's got what you need.
Sir?
Yep.
Okay. So then after you're done at the tower, unless you had any other questions for the lore masters before you leave.
Do they have any books on the Feywilds that I could borrow? Any like
Borrow? No.
list of known Fey? Fair.
They have information that if you requested, you probably would be able to study it, but that information does not leave the tower.
I can wait. I'll do
All right,
that when
then-
we come back.
On the way out, I'll just reiterate that I'm asking them to send out spies to the other locations. So hopefully by the time we come back through, we'll have more information on where to go, how to get there, things to expect, stuff like that.
Okay. And they agree. They'll send out spies that they can. They're a bit honest with you, and said finding people that are willing to go to Lustria will be hard. And we don't have a guarantee that these spies will actually return from any of these locations. So we might get information, or we might just be sending people to the death.
Well, you said you were sending us to our death.
Yeah, but you kind of asked for it.
We were kind of going either way.
Yeah.
But I'm also willing to sacrifice other lives in the name of the greater good, so I'm cool with it.
All right, so we're bound for the Hoth Grace, right?
Yeah. So if you guys
so.
are, if you're done at the tower, you head back down to. Let's just use the Lustrian, the Oath one. Yeah, it was the port of Elistor, and well, Hoth's Grace is still in the harbor, and they, as you approach the ship, captain's standing at the gangplank up, and he's looking not too happy as you approach, and he just kind of like shakes his head and goes, "I assume you're the ones that are responsible for putting my crew's life in mortal jeopardy?"
I
Again,
casually push forward Ezekiel.
I point towards Ezekiel.
Awesome. Hang on. I know this guy's name. I wrote it down here somewhere. Yep. Oath Grace.
Bel Uthlar.
Bel Uthlar the Radiant. Mr. Radiant. How fortuitous it is that we find ourselves in your company again. We are the reason for
Radiant's
your...
a title.
Yeah, I know.
Don't call me Mr. Radiant.
I mean, you're radiating such awesome power and seaworthiness.
If I'm radiating anything, it's loathing right now. Because yeah, I don't want to go to Nagaroth.
What if I told you you're helping save the world?
I don't want to go to Nagaroth.
I mean,
You know what happens? You know what happens when you go to Nagaroth? You don't come back. You wind up in chains. If you're no, I can't even say if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you die within a couple days. If you're very unlucky, you will meet the most beautiful woman you've ever seen, and then die the most excruciating death you've ever seen.
Well, at least you're only taking us to the coast. We'd still have to go do stuff there.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. I feel sorry for us too there, bud.
So when do you want to leave?
I look at the rest of the group. When do you guys want to leave? How
Good
long
to
do
go
you
now.
need to get ready?
I'm good.
We've been taking on fresh supplies for the past couple days. We could leave on the tide in the morning.
That works for us. And then, if nothing else happens, there is something I want to do that night.
Yeah, Captain's good. He's just for drop a smarty.
Not the candy.
Smarties are great.
They are.
Smarties
They
are
are.
good.
They are.
Yeah, he gestures for you to come on board, and he disappears into his cabin, just grumbling the whole way.
I'm gonna keep the Sea Dragon cloak off for now, just ready in my bag.
I have nothing to do in the Elven City. I want nothing to do in the Elven City. I'm gonna get my ass on the ship and go huddle away in a room. That's it. That's all I got.
At some point, I'm going to seek out Cardinal for a private conversation, but it can happen in channel. And so just kind of pulling Cardinal aside. Miss Cardinal, I feel like I'm very distrusted by people. And I can be very distrusting myself. So as a symbol of our friendship, I will willingly subject myself to answer questions truthfully if you have a manner to force that upon somebody. I like to also tell you a little bit more than what I've told some others. Basically, I'm telling you, I'll willingly fail the save on Zone of Truth.
So what you're telling me is you wish to confess of sorts.
I wish to have an open and honest communication where you know that you can trust the words coming out of my mouth.
I'm okay with that, but only to me? Do you want to involve somebody else?
Nope, just to you for the time being, as I feel you're the most practical person.
Do go on.
Probably the most insightful and not lenient. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Compassionate.
Accepting?
That'll do. All right. When do you want to begin?
We can start now if you'd like.
Can't believe I'm wasting good magic on this. Let us begin. I will start casting Zone of Truth.
And I'll willingly fail the save. How long does it last?
I think it's a minute. Hold on, let me find it. All right.
It'll last for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah, that works. I will manifest like a sort of dark red circle in a 15-foot like sphere around us. And I will sit down cross-legged and say, "Now you cannot lie."
I'd like to start by telling you that I do value everyone in our group as a friend. Granted, my definition of friendship may differ from some others. Might be a little bit more self-serving, but you are all friends to me. And I clearly, for the record, would like to state that I do not serve any forces of chaos to my knowledge.
Okay.
I also wanted to tell you a little bit more of my story. So I've told you I was a drunkard and that I lost everything, and that's true. And I've told you that I don't drink, and that is also true. But it's less of a personal choice and more of a stipulation of a contract that I signed. See, the day that I kind of lost everything, I found myself in a position, trigger warning, by the way, people. I found myself in a position where I was willing to take my own life. And in that moment, when I went to take that leap, something pushed me back twice. And I found myself face to face with a being that took away the drunkenness and gave me a moment of clarity, and in that moment offered me the choice of the death that I had just tried to give myself by their hand, or an opportunity at revenge. And I took the deal. And I can't go into specifics because a lot of it I don't know. It's my master values secrecy very much, even from me. And at times I have to do what they say. I can't always go into detail. I'll answer any other questions you have, but I fear I might not have many more answers.
This information, was it removed from you forcibly as part of the deal, or were you just never told at all?
I was never provided most of it. I do not know their name. I only know titles.
They send these messages to you, give instructions?
Sometimes she speaks to me directly.
Interesting. Well, I will not judge you on making deals with strange beings, especially when desperate. Thank you for sharing with me. Is there anything else?
That's it. I just wanted you to know that you can trust me.
Well, as I sit here, you can trust me as well. My story is not dissimilar, I don't think. It's not very interesting. Come on, we'll tell the others. Or I can run interference if needed.
I felt that for now it would be best to have somebody who at least understood.
What's your real opinion on Bertrand?
It's a little stuffy.
I get that. It's a little puffed up.
Mm.
Maybe it's the feathers. Say, do you think Tobias will betray us all in a terrible way, or is it just my personal feelings?
Nice effect with the light. I honestly don't know. I get the feeling that he's not on the best terms with his father and his heritage, but I don't know how he'll feel in... Is it Nagaroth or Daggerath? Whatever it's called.
Nagaroth.
Yeah.
I guess we shall just have to live to tell the tale. Now, we have a whole night of civilization before we must head to Nagaroth. I will be drinking.
I, for obvious reasons, will be not.
Go get
Good.
drunk and get laid, y'all.
You're the designated driver.
Are we taking the cart and the horse with us? Horses? Would that be possible?
Oh, please say yes.
Portable hole.
That's a good question.
Cut to the fucking captain being like, all right, you're a mile from shore, good luck, and he just kicks the cart overboard.
The captain has great respect for horses. Getting the horses on the ship and the cart on the ship would be easy. The plan is, though, when you're about a mile offshore, is he's dropping you onto what's effectively a longboat. You're rowing to shore, so I don't think horse and wagon is really gonna do much for you in that case. It might actually make it harder.
I can get the horses across. Should not be a problem. I'm not too sure about the cart.
How? Now, both me as the captain and as the DM is curious. How?
Water walk, as long as the creatures are willing. It's 10
Thanks.
creatures. I could get the horses to walk at least just like a mile. I don't want to break the spell or anything.
That is cool. That's cool.
Okay, as long as they're willing. As long as they're willing. How are you convincing these horses to walk across the ocean?
Talk to animals.
Somebody's got to be able to do it. Who here can talk to an animal?
I can talk to any animal.
You can,
Cool,
can
there you go.
actually-
Can the animals
actually
speak back
bullshitting.
to you, or are you just
That's
saying
not what you
you're
asked.
going
That's not what
to-
you asked.
I'm asking you now.
Sometimes the animals talk back.
Is that after you hit your head or before?
After.
Can you understand the animals, and can the animals understand you on the level that we are speaking now?
I think we're going to find out, aren't we? You just push two horses. Kerplunk.
I mean, it's a solution.
Pathwater walking on the horses on the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, animal handling, or I could go and pick up a scroll of speak to animals.
Out of character, I know horses can swim.
I know they can swim too, but at the same time,
That's a
pretty
cart.
want to just like step off into black water.
I say we take the horses.
I definitely want the horses. I don't know about the cart. Somebody figure something out with that.
Well, I guess we're not taking the cart. Some of us will have to walk, some will ride, and but it should make things better for us.
Well, you know the bird has his own ride. He can bring his own horse. Or dog. Whatever he rides.
Turkey.
He rides in the battle on a corgi.
That would be great.
Okay, so yeah, is there anything else you guys got going on, or you're pretty good?
Well, if
Scrolls,
that's-
speak with animals. I need to get one.
If that's the case, I'll try and sell the wagon back for. I bought it for 35 gold. Sell it back for 30.
20.
25.
22 and 5 silver.
22, 5 silver, 5 copper.
Deal?
All right, I'm putting it in my money.
Okay.
How much would a scroll to speak with animals cost me?
I'm looking.
Thank you.
You know, if you look in the arcane shop, it doesn't have scroll costs.
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
I'm sure there else should be more like what?
Elves should have a lot of scrolls. I would think.
Common would be like 50 to 100.
Question: with the continent that would be going. Question: would the continent that be going to, would they be using a lot of poison?
Yeah,
Okay.
they would be more
um,
determined to not see poison, I would think.
so Cardinal, 30 gold for the scroll. And don't worry about adding to your inventory. We've just say it's there. Who were you asking if there would be poison?
To the party. To bias.
I wouldn't know. I mean, never been there.
Or the captain, since I'm right on the boat with him.
Well, Tobias, roll a history.
I have protection of from poison. I just want to make sure.
You know that Dark Elf history is full of stories of people dying from the smallest of drops of toxins put into foods and drinks, and poison is a very real threat. From anything that'll range from, you know, you're sick for a couple days to, oh my god, the spiders are under my skin, get them out, and then you removing your own skin to release the spiders. To just
Well, Bertrand,
your body melts into goo inside your flesh. Some pretty fucked up things.
If they think we're important, poison will be an issue.
Alright, I'm just changing out my spells.
The captain overhears it and as well goes, even if they don't think that you're important, poison's going to be an issue.
And it's not a concentration check, so which is good.
I don't fear poison.
Just wait. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't. Poison's not that scary.
I hope you all realize I have a limited number of spells per day.
Yeah.
So don't go eating random food. I will not heal you.
Well, I still have some fine rations. We're gonna have to hunt our way through the forests.
I'm really good at hunting.
But
If
I have
anyone-
rations as a backup.
I just have to put this out there. If there's anyone that doesn't have to worry about poison, it's Tobias because he brought along food testers. Okay, so you guys are all covered. You got everything you want. Everything's updated and all that jazz. Any
Yes,
last
sir.
little frivolities among the dreamy landscape of Oathwan before you put to sea and head to imminent demise?
I am getting hurt. As the kids
I
say.
am not. I'm saving my money. I have a feeling it's going to be very important.
I'm saving my sanity.
I'm not spending any money in the elf town. No.
Well, you've got your own drinks, and didn't you make one for Cardinal as well?
I did.
Yes.
I won't
So
be
you're
spending
both
it.
just like chugging dwarf ale.
Mhm.
I have purified food and drink.
That actually be really helpful.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
And which is good as a ritual too.
I have a hearty constitution and a new character I can't wait to deploy.
Okay, yeah. So then you guys spend the last night in the port, drinking and getting fucked up for those that are doing it, and Tobias, I assume there's at least part of you that's intrigued about seeing your father's home, even though you said you've never been there. And Ezekiel's just along for the ride.
That's what I do.
Oh, and the bird wants to go smite the unbeliever, cleanse the pure. No, cleanse the impure. I don't know, paladin stuff.
I'm really just hoping that I didn't reveal too much to Cardinal.
What's doing that? She barely did anything.
I know, but I told you, she values secrets.
We'll find out.
Trying to work out how long this is gonna take.
2 days.
2 days? Sure.
Fair winds and following seas. It's a nice calm, no troubles at all.
I'd say it takes you about a week and a half of sailing to get there.
Okay, that's not bad.
So you get to pass the time, and you're getting more familiar with the crew as you're going. And as they bring you out of the inner sea, so you pass through the Strait of Lothern. You're heading around the that's peninsula on the southwest, and the crew still understands. Like you guys are very unfamiliar with Ulthuan and like the points of interest, and they point out to you as you're going past the um, forge that is known as Vol's Anvil. I've got a picture here for you.
And as this is happening every night, I still take notes about everything I'm told about and see.
So you're passing by. It's a black island. It's just kind of blazing with a light from the interior. Um, it's clear there's volcanic activity, and there's just this black spire that rises right from the middle of the caldera, I think it's called. And you can see the smoke curling around it. And
We
what
got a
they
long rest. Sorry. We got a long rest the night before, right?
you're spending weeks on board ship. You're getting many long rests. But as you're passing through, like what they tell you is that everything that the elves are known for, like the legendary craftsmanship, comes out of this forge. And in fact, that's where the commission was sent for the cast-off armor, because they're the best craftsmen of elven stuff in the world. As days go by, you keep passing. You're pretty much staying within sight of the coast of Ulthuan the entire journey towards Nagaroth. And as you start to move out towards the sea, you're coming across um, a set of broken islands, and there looks like there's ancient ruins that are just rising up from the water, and the waves are bashing against them. And from what you can see, there it used to be a great fortress that was cast down. And what the crew is telling you is this is it's now known as the sunken city of Tor Anrock. It's little more than a skeleton. The high towers and walls are smashed during the Elven Civil War, and all that remains are the very peaks of the towers that you see among the crashing waves.
When they say cast down, like it used to be part of the island and it was thrown out, or like literally crashed down from somewhere.
That was part of the island, and just the ravages of the war destroyed the fortress, and eventually the island itself was like lost to the waves.
Sure.
Okay, and then after about a week and a half of travel, you break through the mist that surround and protect Ulthuan, and the skies ahead of you never quite seem to clear. They're always dreary and overcast. Light doesn't seem to even penetrate the cloud cover. And there's just an imposing black cliff face that extends across in front, with a break in the middle of it that comes down to a river that extends further inland, and you do see like a black pine forest that extends beyond the horizon, and without being told, you know that you've reached the shores of Nagaroth.
So, is there a place for us to walk ashore, or is it just black cliffs?
Like at the base of the cliffs, there is a bit of a beach, but it all really kind of comes into this inlet that goes to the river. That's pretty much the only way to get inland from where you are.
So we'd have to follow the beach inland till someplace we can get up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, say, Cardinal, talk to the horses.
First, I'm going to cast Water Walk on all of our party and the horses. Can I do this as a ritual? I can't do this as a ritual. Hell yeah. Let's see, that spell stop. And then I shall talk to the horses.
Are you talking to the horses before they get lowered onto the boat, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Prepare them for the journey.
Are we taking the boat, or are we just walking on water?
We could do that too.
We should take the
with the
boat
water walk.
in case we need it when we leave to get picked up.
True. You think
I will also
Cardinal's going
mention
to die and
you
we'll
guys
have
had
to swim
talked
back?
before you left the tower, saying you were going to take a boat and go upriver.
Yeah, we have a rope still. Some. How big is that boat? It's a little rowboat.
You have, was it one horse or two horses?
Two.
Two. You're gonna get two boats, and you can comfortably sit, 3 people plus a horse if they just stand in the middle of it.
So you're saying we're getting 2 boats?
Yeah.
Yes, little rowboats.
All right. Once we get to the water, we should tie a boat to a horse.
Okay.
So the
Well, then
Horse-
if the horse is walking on water, then it can just pull the boat.
Yeah.
I think is the idea he's going with. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
that's it exactly. Once we convince the horses.
Max, please, I need you to be cool about this.
Oh, so you've cast the spell, you're talking to horses now?
Yes, yes.
You want us to be cool about what?
Nothing. We're just going down for a little walk in the water.
Sorry, come again?
We're going down for a little walk on the water.
Who's this we?
3 of us. Everybody here.
In the
It's your
water.
experience. On the water.
Last time I tried to go on the water, I wound up in the water. I didn't quite like that. I don't want to go in the water.
That's because I'm here, and I have the power.
I don't want to go in the water. No, we're not going in the water. And they start like moving around, like they're getting upset about the idea.
If you cross, I will give you so many treats. So many.
I'm gonna
I have a
jump
weapon
down
of
off.
children. I have a
Seeing
weapon.
the horse revolt, I'm gonna jump down off the boat onto the water.
See, look. If the human can do it, I'm sure you can.
Human's tiny compared to me.
You'll walk. I have cast magic on you.
I don't know what magic is. You want me to trust? I have no reason to trust you. We didn't even get meat. We were just sold to you, like a couple of I guess they wouldn't say weeks. They don't know what a week is.
Have you asked what the horse's name was?
Matt and Max.
Do you have preferred names?
Well, I'm Steve and he's Stefan.
All right, Steve and Stefan.
Now, the horse calms down for a bit and goes, "You mentioned treats.
Yes.
What kind of
I
treats?"
have sugar cubes. I have apples.
I have a
talking.
sugar cube in my hand.
We can negotiate.
Bertrand, you don't know any part of this conversation.
No,
This is all happening.
but
in
I have a sugar cube in my hand, up in the air, because the horse obviously is taller than me.
Obviously. I think you come up to their
Ankle.
stomach.
Oh,
So you said sugar cubes, you said apples, you have carrots.
I can make it work.
I didn't hear a yes in that.
Yes.
How do I know that this magic, you can almost like hear the air quotes. This is magic. How do I know this magic of yours is gonna last? Because I can see the shore. We're a very long way off.
Either you walk on the
And-
water, or I kill you and turn you into glue. You have 5 seconds to choose. I have offered you the
Roll,
carrot. Now I
roll
offer
an
you the
intimidation.
Cardinal
With
would
that
get
bag.
along very well with my patron.
I was nice.
I mean, they could roll a natural one too.
Roll a dexterity save.
Ooh, we gotta kick you.
Dodging a kick. Dodging a kick.
I had such a good plan. Where's the save part of dexterity save?
If you click on dexterity, it should come up with an option of ability check or save.
Now it just gives ability check. Annoying.
That's because you need to select your
Or
token, right?
deselect the target.
Okay. Mother of God, please be with me.
Oh, I saw that one.
Why have you abandoned me, Lord?
Hey, what's going on? Are you talking
you're
to
having
horses
this
off?
conversation with Steve, and you don't really notice, like, as the horses get a little more agitated, the other one starts turning around and launches a back kick straight at your chest and connects, and literally throws you across the ship. You slam into the opposite wall and drop, and you are going to take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'd like to walk over to Cardinal and just kind of like put a hand on her shoulder real quick as she's kind of like catching her breath. How's the negotiations going?
How badly do we need the horses?
I don't know. Odds are I'm not renting one anyway.
What's going on? I heard a thump.
So, everyone else hears the horses like, what's the term? Nickering, like that kind of like
Neigh.
high whinny. No, neigh's like no. It almost sounds like they're laughing. The cardinal, they are laughing, and the one that kicked you and says, "We make better meat than glue, bitch."
Okay. Okay. Kill the horses. Kill the fucking horses.
What's going on? Hey guys,
Kill
I'm still down here.
the horses.
We
It's just off the boat.
The captain hears you saying "kill the horse" and walks up and goes, Hold on, just wait."
You know what? No. Let me do this. I'm going to use Channel Divinity Blood Puppet, which was the little bitch that kicked me, Stefan.
Stefan, yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna make him dance. He has to make what you call it, wisdom saving throw DC 15. Come at me, fucking four-legged freak, walking on your toes.
I mean, we walk on our toes too. We just also use the balls and the heels of our feet.
Listen, I will break all of your toes. This horse just kicked me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
It is a wisdom save.
DC 15. Fail it.
It's like having to look up what draft horses are.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, no, he failed.
Good. I'm gonna make him walk down and say, "Look at your little friend. I suggest you follow."
So Stefan is walked down onto the water. Is now standing on top of the water, correct? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Steve watches him go and goes, "Why didn't you just do that in the first place?"
I'll go up to Max and say, "Oh, great, you got him down off the boat," and I'll start tying up the one of the boats, the rowboats, to Max.
I'm just patiently sitting in one of the boats, sipping my last cup of good tea for a while.
The moment Steve sees Stefan in the water, he willfully follows him down, just walks up right beside him and just waiting patiently. Looks back over his shoulder and he goes, "Waiting on you."
Oh, great, you got Matt down too. And I'll go up and I'll tie the other boat up to him.
These are the best horses ever.
It just sits there, just pawing the water. It's like kind of playing with it. It's like, this is pretty cool.
I'm gonna climb down.
Uh,
I'm gonna look at Tobias and say, "This is your fault. Get the fucking boat."
What?
Shut
I'm
up.
just gonna keep walking across the water next to the horses.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump over the side of the ship and start walking behind.
Aiming for the beach up there, and we can walk
Can
along the
I-
beach until we go up the cliff, I guess.
Can I make a perception check to see
Aren't we
if
gonna
there's
go up
any
river?
enemy ships or troops on the shore?
Yeah, roll away.
Yeah, the plan's to go upriver, but it's just cliffs ahead of us. We got to go up until we find a break.
yes, we go upriver. There'll be something eventually.
Yeah.
Or the horses start sinking. One of the two things will happen. We don't know.
We'll sink with the horses.
Bertrand, you don't see
Cut the
anything.
rope.
Okay, so as you guys tie the boats off to the horses and they start pulling towards the shore, you hear a voice shouting to you from the deck of the ship. It's just the captain, and he's waving, saying, "Good luck, don't die."
I put on
And
the sea
turn-
dragon cloak.
turns back to his crew, starts shouting orders, and they are very quickly making sail to get the fuck out of Dodge.
It's like a perfect operation. Nothing went wrong.
Cardinal going fucking Super Saiyan. The court. The baby coming out.
All right, so as we're walking on the water to the beach, I'd just like to go over the plan. All right, so here's the plan. Caligar is my bodyguard. Bertrand is Caligar's hat, correct? The dark dwarves wear fancy hats, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cardinal
So
is my
I'm
medic.
sitting on his head.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
I mean, it doesn't have to happen now, but once we start hitting people, then it can happen.
Well, something to keep in mind is Bertrand is 3 feet tall.
Yeah. Caligar's 4 feet tall.
No, we discussed this about he's 5'1" or something like that.
I forget.
Now
Well, we talked about-
tall dwarf.
Caligar, what Caligar was 4. The fancy hats were 3 feet tall, and then Bertrand was 3 feet tall.
Calgar
So the
is
whole-
4'8". Bertrand's
Okay.
3'5" at 120 pounds, not including all of his equipment.
Caligar's strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be all day, every day, but once we start hitting people, Bertrand is Caligar's hat. And then Cardinal's the medic, and what did we say Ezekiel was?
Your retainer?
I should have taken the feat. Mounted
Advisors.
combat.
Advisor? Retainer?
Advisor, right.
Did you ever think you'd ride a dwarf into battle?
Yeah.
And then Ezekiel says he's the retainer of the advisor, and I go, and then I lean up to Matt and Max and say, "And you two are the best horses ever."
Their names are Steve and Stefan.
Since when?
Don't question it.
And I'll go up to Matt and Max and go, "Are your names Steve and Stefan?"
They probably kick the ground, meaning as a yes.
Or they don't speak
I don't think
common
They don't
because
just-
speak
Yeah.
common
Not-
and don't understand what you're saying.
I'm going to, insight to check the horses when I say this. Are their names Steve and Stefan?
You ask them, and they just act like horses.
I will shoot a distrustful eye over to Cardinal. And keep walking towards the beach.
I had a good life there.
Cardinal, are you okay?
I hate everybody here, including the stupid fucking horses.
What did I do? We just had a great bonding moment last night.
Got kicked in the chest by a horse.
Oh, that's rough.
Like, center of the chest, too. Like,
It's probably
you
gonna
probably
leave,
felt bones breaking on that hit.
it's probably gonna leave a bruise.
I liked horses. Now I want horse meat. Alright, let's get this thing over with. I need to kill somebody.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys, you make it to shore. And it only takes you about a mile offshore. Probably takes you maybe a half hour to get there.
How
I
long
don't
is
know, I don't-
water walking?
An hour.
Okay.
How long did it take for Cardinal to convince the horses to get off the boat?
Probably 10 minutes.
With everything, I'd say, yeah, about 10 minutes.
So we got about 20 minutes of water walking left. We can, I guess, keep walking up the river and get as far as we can, and then we can just start walking up the beaches.
Yeah, and like as water walking starts to wear off, you guys kind of like make your way. You start to sink a little bit into the water. You make your way over to the shallow parts, and as it fully wears off, you kind of like drop the last like foot, so you get about up to your mid shins in the water, and you're like, okay, now we're taking to the land. And how are you guys going up the river? What's your plan there?
I think for me, the plan is just keep walking up the beach until we find a place we can go up the land. Keep following the river. The river's going to point us towards Clark Harand. But yeah, just not go up the river. Otherwise, we'd have to keep casting water walk and walk the entire river on the water.
Yeah, like once you're more inland, like you start getting some. The river goes through this ravine that starts off fairly steep, and then the incline to the hills drapes off a bit, and so it's more easy to traverse. And probably within a couple hours of walking, you're at a point where it more levels out.
I just have
Okay.
a question. I don't want to be the asshole. How are we carrying the boats across the land? Are
I
we
was
just
about
like,
to bring that up.
"Hoo-yah!"
I think we leave the boats. Otherwise,
Just
we
hide him.
hide them here. Maybe it's a way out if we get in trouble. I don't know.
Okay, if you plan to hide them, how do you hide them?
Stash him the old scout's way. Turn him upside down.
I start breaking
little-
tree
little
branches.
leaves.
I start gathering a big old pile of tree branches and stuff, and then
I
bring
highly
them
doubt
over
the
to
boat
like
will
a
be
kind of like a big bush
not discovered by the
cover
time
it
we'll be
with the
here.
branches. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as we get more time out of it.
Alright,
Yeah.
so let's say you guys can decide who wants to do it for you. If you're all doing it as a group, whoever's got the highest nature, roll with advantage.
Survival.
No, for this would be nature.
I've got a +2. Anybody beat that?
I've got a +4.
Go for it.
Got a
Someone's got higher
+6
than
to
+4?
persuade the boats to be not discovered.
Alright.
Be a good boat.
Nature with advantage.
Wait.
A mighty 15.
So like you're looking around and you're seeing that from the branches that have already fallen, plus what you're able to break yourself, you got enough coverage. You can construct a fairly decent covering for it. You even go to extent to like add in some of the pretty sizable rocks because there's no way that a dwarf like you is just relying on purely trees. It's too
Oh yeah.
algae for you. And then now let's go for survival.
Someone else can take that one. I've only got a +1.
Survival to keep going, or
No, for constructing, like actually building the hide for the boats.
I only have a
Who wants to
+1.
beat a 4?
I'm not that good at survival.
I guess we'll find out.
Are we all crap at survival? We just gonna show up. We'll figure it out.
Roll it again. You got advantage. Everyone's helping.
Okay.
15. Yeah. It takes you about an hour to get it covered well enough that it looks almost natural. But you're confident it's about as good as you're gonna get it.
Awesome. I blame the horses.
And while we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and burn a first level slot to heal Cardinal a bit.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. It's not that bad.
Cardinal, as you finish off, like you send the horse like a scathing glance, and the one you know as Steve just looks at you, like swings his head around to look at you, and like very deliberately, you see the tail come up, and you know exactly what's gonna happen.
Piece of shit.
Yes, actually, that is what happens. Yeah.
I am aware.
Oh.
Prevent this.
I'll go up to Matt or Max and I'll scratch their neck and say, "Oh, the poor cleric can't hurt you."
They appreciate the fond attention.
Just
I'm
remember,
going.
I'm your medic. Your life is in my hands.
I'd like to ease my way up towards whichever one was the one that just like crapped at Cardinal, and take out my tankard, and then bring its nose to the tankard, and see how fast it gets drunk
I'm sorry, horses can get
as revenge.
As soon as it smells it,
I
it's
didn't
whipping
think
its
you
head
get
around.
drunk.
It smells the fumes and it's like not having it.
I'm just gonna stand here and just like.
Let's not get the horses
Turn.
drunk in enemy territory there, Caligar.
Yeah. So what time is it by now?
You're looking at about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so we've only been at this a few hours. So let's keep the river in sight, but keep moving up in the trees and keep heading northwest. What do you guys think?
Sounds fine to me.
Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
All right, let's keep an eye out for patrols, and remember, if some of them come at us, you guys have to be 2 sword lengths away from me when this happens.
So you're walking through the woods. Are you just going at your normal pace, or are you being a little more cautious, taking it slow? Are you trying to get through as quickly as you can? How are we doing this?
I'd say normal pace until we get closer. Do we have any idea of how long this is going to take to get to Clark Grand?
It's gonna take you about 3 days, 4 days
Okay.
to get that far.
to get that
Yeah,
far.
yeah, I'd say a normal pace. That way we don't stand out in case somebody does happen to come along.
Because I think I did this in kilometers, and the travel thing I have does it in miles. From the mouth of the bay to like the riverhead, there's about 450 miles.
Okay.
If you guys are just traveling like
Normal pace is about 24 miles a day.
Sounds about right.
We can hand wave it. We don't have to do math, I
Well-
promise.
Well, we have also. Don't forget, we have 2 horses. Doesn't Bertrand have a horse?
Bertrand has wings. I think he's good.
Bertrand can summon his own mount.
Oh yeah, I forgot he
Um,
can do that.
So that should speed things up for us.
The horses are big enough. You could probably do 2 people on each horse.
I don't. Would Caligar get on a horse?
Yeah, he's. I look
On
at the
bucket.
horse very questionably. Very
You can share
questioningly.
with Bertrand. You can share with Bertrand.
Well, what
A
kind
dwarf,
of
a
mount
bird, and a
did
horse. This sounds like a
Bertrand
bad
summon?
joke.
I could also
Alright, I'm
fly
going
and
to-
glide.
I'm going to subtly corral Cardinal to ride. What was the one that kicked her? Steve?
Stefan.
Stefan. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of subtly arrange it so she's riding Stefan. And then I'll say, Ezekiel, join me on this one.
So I guess I'm riding Spectral Pony.
I hop up and
Very,
I hug.
very uncomfortable with the whole situation.
I hug
That's like,
Tobias real close while we ride this horse.
Make him suffer.
That's fine. All right, and keep a lookout for any passing patrols or anything.
I keep a lookout.
Caligar will be holding on for dear life. And if this was a real horse, it would be choking the horse.
Jesus.
I never said I was gonna summon one. You guys
No?
didn't even let me say it.
And I will be
Do
running
it.
behind very slowly.
I mean, Richter, did you hear me saying I'm gonna
I just
summon...
said that you could do it. I didn't say you were going to do it.
Well, the other option is Caligar can ride Bertrand.
Well, like the flying speed for Bertrand is only 30 feet around, whereas even the draft horses, well, they're not doing much more. They're doing 40 feet. So they're saving you a little bit of time, but they're built for work, not comfort and quickness, right?
Yeah, I understand. All right, so Bertrand's not summoning his pony. We'll just keep going and trade off of the horses. Make it happen.
I summon a mastiff. And ride the dog. War dog. I mean,
So we'll have
Caldar
to
and Ezekiel could share a horse, and Tobias and Cardinal could share a horse.
Yeah, and I did my math wrong. To get to the riverhead's going to take you about 2 weeks.
Told you.
Yeah.
I missed a 0.
Well, let's get moving. We can trade off as his spectral pony disappears, and we just got to keep an eye out.
His
Spectral dog, bro. Get it
his
right.
once he summons his steed, unless it gets dismissed or dies, it doesn't ever disappear.
Oh, I thought it lasts for 10. It doesn't say 10 minutes?
No, it just lasts. It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's
no,
really
I built a character entirely around mounted combat, specifically a paladin to have fine steed. It's fantastic. It's smarter than a horse. It can communicate within a mile.
Telepathically,
Yeah.
and you could either uh, summon a war dog or a war horse, which is totally different than a normal horse.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
How much health
are.
does it have? Alright. The spectral defiant steed. How much health does the steed have?
You said you summoned a
It
mastiff.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what health it has as
I could
long as
also a war horse, a pony, a camel, an elk, or a mastiff is what I could choose to summon, and I summoned a mastiff.
if I'm not wrong, at the moment it takes a hit or something, it disappears within a minute.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I was just curious.
A mastiff has a whopping 1d8 plus 1, so like 5.
All right, well, let's get the show moving. We're going to be trading off a lot as we get going, and going to be hunting on the way just to supplement the rations. So if we
Okay.
see any wild creatures that look edible, are they normal creatures or weird dark elf creatures?
Roll perception.
20.
For the most part, what you're seeing as you're walking is not a whole lot. You expect to hear like the sounds of life throughout the forest, like you'd expect to hear creatures moving in the brush, birds overhead, maybe the faint insect, even though it's the dead of winter, like it always is. There's a really disturbing silence to the forest. Every now and then you hear a bestial roar from a distance. Sometimes sounds like something you might have encountered before in your travels. Other times it sounds like multiple voices at the same time. The best way to describe it. And then you also hear like the most ungodly shrieks that just shiver your souls and make you like want to curl up in a blanket and just disappear. But again, as you're traveling, the hunting you're finding that sustain you, you're finding like the occasional rabbit, squirrel. Like you're surviving, but it's not comfortable.
All right, well, I'm taking a shot at any edible looking creature to save the rations unless we need to use them.
And when you're stopping at night, are you guys just like building a camp, or is Tobias using his fancy new house of cards?
The first night I'm gonna pop out deck of cards and I'm gonna do a 52 pickup into the air, and suddenly a kind of a cabin shaped house appears out of nowhere. And I'm gonna make it look kind of like a cabin. It's got a door, window on each side, and the door is big enough for the horses to come in. And I'm gonna say I picked this up back in Ulthuan. I think this should help us a lot on our trip. And I go open up the door and walk everyone in. It is very nice and comfortable on the inside.
Nice.
It's handy.
I got a picture for what this house looks like, and now I can't find it. That bugs me.
Does it literally look like cards, or can I make it look like something?
No, it literally looks like it's made out of deck of cards.
You know, I was hoping to hide it a little bit.
I mean, you're in a constant I wouldn't say snowstorm, but there's a constant fall of snow, and the temperature that you guys are looking at, I'm not going to try and Americanize this for you. It's about minus 15 to 20 Celsius constantly. You're one of the things that you made sure that you had before you set out is you do have cold weather gear, so you're not freezing, but you do notice like when you step into this house of cards and like you're walking through and the door is literally paper thin, like barely a millimeter wide, and you see the walls are the same. There's no way this should be as comfortable as it is, but you step inside and it's comfortable. It's well maintained. Like the interior has furnishings. Like there's desks, there's tables, there's chairs, um, all again made out of card. And you've got even like beds that are just kind of like in alcoves surrounding the walls.
Yeah, magic.
Give me 1 second.
And I'll make sure to bring the horses inside just so they're not out in the open and able to get eaten. And I'll point out to the group that only I can open the windows and doors, even when you're inside. Is that right? Yeah. So there's a window on each side so we can keep an eye out. And I'll keep the front door open, but the windows closed.
Okay.
That way we're not... Well, that way...
Why keep
people-
the front door open?
Because only I can open it.
Would it
Do you think I
be
should open it? Should close it?
safer to have it closed, considering you have windows?
Possible, but it's the same thing with the windows. Only I can open them.
I get that, but I'm
Alright.
thinking about safety purposes in a land that we're not familiar with, and enemies could be sneaking up.
Got it. All right, I'll close it. I just didn't want you guys to be trapped in here. Well, if it works how I understand it works, they can attack the house and it'll just disappear anyway. So it's not that big of a deal, but just thinking for a last minute problem. And I'll walk up to Mad, scratch his face.
Okay. So as the days go on, after about your first week, you start feeling like you're a little more, you're further inland, and you do hear those roars that I've mentioned before. They sound like they're a lot closer now. And not only can you hear what sounds like several large creatures constantly going at it, you can almost feel tremors of two massive bodies slamming into each other.
When you say going at it with each other, in
Trying to
what
kill each other.
way?
Trying
Okay.
to kill each other.
Because the way you were describing it was something else.
Yeah, you know, like a ogre and a bugbear in a barn. Fox, have you gotten to that part of Baldur's Gate yet? Okay, just want to make sure.
I wish I had chlorine for my eyes. Bye, Mommy Doe.
And you get into your second week of traveling, and it's been about a day and a half since you heard this battle of can only be. It feels like it would have been something Titanic in nature. You wake up day and a half later. You're in your nice toasty house of cards, and you've got your fire going, and you're comfortable, and you're dreading stepping out into the wilds. I want you all to roll a perception for me.
Oh, I can see now, Fox.
1 second. Don't roll it like that.
You want the table.
Let's roll it like this.
What?
Ah, I don't see shit.
Your table's broken.
Or just laggy. Give it a second.
And not a single one of those is showing up for me. What the fuck?
I think we can see them.
There they go.
Oh, now
There
it's
we go.
going.
Okay. That was weird.
It's just lag.
Yeah, so the majority of the party, you guys all just wake up and you're mentally prepping yourself for what can happen, like the journey you're about to take. Cardinal, you do hear coming kind of from your northeast. You initially take it to be tree branches breaking, but then the more you focus on it, it's the sound of trees being broken in half, and that sound is moving closer.
I urgently signal to everybody. Something's moving. Something huge in our direction.
From where?
I point in the general direction.
Well, I think we got to get out of here. This house won't stand. And
Let's
I don't
move.
think the horses will go out the windows.
Let's move in fast. And quiet.
Well, I can make the house disappear. But I don't think we want to get caught in here. Right, everyone? We want to go?
Oh yeah, I'd
Less
say
than keeping
let's get on the
more
move.
running.
Time to go.
All right, let's get on the horses and go. Quietly, quietly.
I will
So can we
pass
try
this
and-
without a trace.
Oh, cool.
Woohoo! I don't actually say that. I'm just cheering for the extra +10.
Okay. So I take it that means you guys are rolling your stealth then.
You want a group table
Uh.
again? Don't click it.
That's what I'm doing.
Perfect. I already clicked it 6 times. So I'm just kidding.
I don't have pass without a trace on me.
I don't think it's like an active effect. You just add 10 to the final result.
Oh yeah, so I would have got a 32.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's weird. The results show up when I click on them. That's odd.
I think the lowest is Caligar with an 18.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Perfect.
stealthy.
You're a bird. You can fly. You're fine.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm no Dowie Ranger. I am not built for stealth.
All right, so should I, as we're stealthing through the forest, I'm going to ask the group, should I leave the house as a decoy or Make it disappear.
I'd make it
No, just
disappear.
If you leave it, can you still keep it?
Yeah, if it's destroyed, it comes right back to me.
Does it have a time limit on it? Would it come back after so long? Or
Leave it as a
Uh,
decoy and let's go.
I just want to make sure we can keep it in the house.
Let me just double check.
Huzzah. I'm very perceptive.
Okay, so as you guys are discussing it, Bertrand, you start hearing the crashing of trees too, and you feel kind of compelled to look out that northern window.
What do I see with my beady bird eyes?
Actually, I'm gonna reading the
Holy
House of
shit!
Cards.
We need to go.
Reading the House of Cards, it makes it sound like I lose it if it's destroyed. So I'm gonna bring it back.
We need to go the fuck now out of the other window.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. If that's the case, I'm gonna.
Is that what I
make the
really
house-
think it is?
Roll a nature test.
A nature test?
Yeah, nature check.
Nope, I have no idea what that creature is, but it has many heads.
It is big, it is scaly, and it is making a beeline for your house.
We need to go.
All right. Well,
I'm going out of the other window.
I'm deactivating the house, so it just disappears. And it
I
comes
told you
back
just
to me.
leave the house for a decoy. Why didn't
Well,
you listen?
I lose the house if it's destroyed.
I fly out into the air.
So you deactivate the house, we'll just do it this way. The walls coming down.
Ah,
Well, this is gonna be fun.
And we are going to roll for initiative.
Question. We had many long rests since then, so I'm just
Yes. Yeah, you plenty of time to long rest. You're all maxed out.
One of these days, I'll roll well on initiative. It's not this day, but one of these days.
The day may come where the strength of man fails, but it is not this day.
I have advantage and I rolled 2 11s. Woohoo.
gonna. I rolled a solid 10.
Which draft horse got the 11 and which draft horse got the 9? Which one's Steve and which one's Stefan? I just
Hear
want
the
to know so
screaming
if
of
they
gold.
die.
Stefan is the northern one, and Steve is the bottom one.
You don't even have my mastiff out. That's a shame.
Fine, I'll give you a mastiff.
I tried finding it on any of the compendiums, but it's not there. I did do some work before I said anything.
It's so cute.
It is kind of a little cutie. Why has it got multiple tails?
It has wrinkles.
The Hydra?
The horse. The mastiff.
It
Yeah,
has
I'm sure
one tail,
tigers-
but it has wrinkles on
Yeah,
its
it's just
neck.
one tail.
No, the Hydra has a tail with multiple ends. Like its
Yeah,
heads.
that's what I thought you were talking about, but then somebody
But
said
your
no, the
character does
Mastiff.
not know what it is.
Well, now the
was
walls
that-
have dropped. You can all do a nature check if you want.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Now all my attack rolls are gonna miss. I got a natural 20 for a
Nice.
21.
Yeah. So the walls,
Really?
the walls drop, and you all just turn to the sound of this monstrosity barreling towards you, and like almost in unison, you're all just like, "That's a fucking hydra." Except for the bird. The bird has no idea what a hydra is.
Bertrand, it's super friendly. You should go up and pet it.
Do we run or what are we doing?
Well, I'm going to assume, since I know what a hydra is, are they fast?
About as fast as you.
Yeah, that's okay. So that doesn't help me at all.
Fast as the horses?
You're not sure on that.
Gotcha.
Cool. Bonus action, free casting of Hex. Attack action, 2 Eldritch Blasts. I checked, it's in range.
Okay.
I have 90 feet on Hex, right? 90 feet? Yeah, 90 feet.
Yeah, 90 on X. So your first shot missed.
That's weird. The damage roll didn't pop up now. So, Hex damage. How do I do the...
So not doing the damage pop up there for you?
No. D10 force damage. Do I have... I don't think I have the invocation that does the extra. So 4 plus the 3 necrotic damage from the Hex. And I'm going to... move closer for some reason, but I already clicked it, so we're doing it.
Yeah, then you got Bertrand.
If you're talking, buddy, you're muted.
I'm thinking.
I hear they really like birds. Super friendly.
Trying to figure out why it didn't bring up the damage for you.
So it did it.
Cardinal, how big is your bless? Is it more than 3?
I can get it up there. Why?
Is it more than
can
3
target.
creatures?
I can target more at a higher level. Sure.
Best to save your higher level spells for something else.
I don't think there's gonna be anything bigger than this one.
It did it for Hex. It didn't do it for Eldritch Blast. I don't know if it's because it had the Hex thing open or not.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'll see you next
Because I haven't changed
turn.
any setting for MIDI QOL, so it should work.
I cast Bless.
I cast Bless on top of myself, Tobias, and Calgar.
Cool.
Figures.
How high would I feel that?
How high would you feel? What?
Depends on how much you smoke.
I am going to fly 20. It'd be. I kind of want to start flying upward, but on an angle. So I'm just trying to figure out how far that would be and how high. I can only fly 30. And I've already used 10 to move.
You can probably get like 10 feet up and
10 feet across. Keep it
yeah.
simple.
That's it.
The horse is just fucking off.
Sure.
Bye, Stefan.
And Tobias.
All right. So there are rocks over here. So if I head northwest, I wouldn't be able to see the Hydra.
I mean, it's like 15 feet tall. You'll see it.
Okay. Well, then the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take a shot at it. Where's my thing? Oh, there it is. Up. It rolled. I rolled an extra 1d4. It was an extra 1. So would a 19 hit?
Yeah.
So I hit it for 13, and I am going to hit it with Grasping Arrow. Which gives it an extra 9 damage. But its speed is reduced by 10 feet per round. And if it moves, it takes... anytime it moves, it takes an extra 2d6. Brambles last a minute. And it takes a full DC 13 athletics check to remove the brambles. And then I'm gonna fire once more. It's still hit.
It's a big fucker. It's hard to miss.
11
So-
damage.
That D4 helps.
Yes.
It's a girthy Gus.
And then I'm going to head kind of northwest to kind of split the party up a little bit. And I don't think I have any bonus actions. I am going to action surge. And I'm going to take 2 more shots.
Zeke,
Yeah,
are you a rogue or a warlock or both?
both. Half and half. As far as the final build, it'll be slightly more thief than warlock. Unless we switch over and I get to re-roll it, then it'll be pure warlock.
Just for right now. Trying
For
to
right
decide.
now, I'm half and half.
So that's 40 4 points of damage from me.
It's not bad.
Yeah, and that's my turn. That's all I can do.
So your first series of shots, like you take the shots, and they're more center mass because you're fairly concerned about this giant thing coming towards you. Your first shot gets the brambles in, and it's getting tangled up in its legs. The second one is shortly afterwards. As you move to the north, you get a bit of a better angle, and you take your time, you set your shots, and those 2 arrows, one goes into the neck of one of the heads, the other one pierces the eye, and you watch that head just fall dead. It's now just dead weight.
I think I got one of the heads. We're doing good.
Good job, buddy.
Category.
And we got Cardinal.
We need fire.
I'm gonna move up closer to Ezekiel and tap him with a haste.
What'd that do?
You get extra action. +2 AC, so make it count.
Very nice.
Additional action.
1 weapon attack. Oh, it's fine. That's all I get.
Calgar, I want you to do me something. Roll a nature test for me.
Calgar and I both got natural 20s on the first nature test to recognize it.
You know it's a Hydra. You don't know that fire helps you.
Okay.
No, I still have music.
Okay.
Makes sense. I have no bonus actions. I'm just gonna scooch down up here.
Okay. And Tobias, you're feeling pretty good because you dropped one of the heads, and like you got this like a kind of elation to you, and then you watch in horror as the first head that you killed raises itself up, and from the blood that's draining from the neck, it starts to have another one kind of grow out, and it kind of like splits down the middle and forms into 2 more heads. So now instead of having 5 that it started with, now you're at 6.
That's not good. I messed up.
And what was the DC to break the brambles?
13.
13.
Athletics, strength. But that's full action.
Yeah. Let's just see here. Okay. So it breaks itself free, and I'll take the damage because it's breaking itself free is as it's moving forward and it just runs roughshod through it. So roll 2d6 for me. Nice.
Solid damage. And this is where shit gets real fun. So, what kind of tactics are we going for? Either make it have enough heads that it overbalances and it can't move because the mass
I don't know how
doesn't
this thing works.
Or just aim for the body.
I don't know what my plan is, to be quite honest. Wait. It's a creature, right?
It is a monstrosity.
Does that count as a creature?
Yeah.
Perfect. I have
You're a
a
creature.
I have a terrible plan, but it's a plan.
I'm intrigued.
It is the worst plan I've ever come up with, but
We've had some pretty bad plans, so
What is the high
That
Are
would
bar?
you
take
are
some
you
effort.
talking about the worst plan in all of the 3 games that we played together?
I mean,
Open the door.
Well, that one's pretty bad.
that wasn't a plan. That was a reaction. This is a plan for my. Wait, what's the distance? Yeah, it might work.
what you got?
Is it my turn? It's not my turn.
No, it's the Mastiff. Which Hunter you should be able to control.
I need to see how far it can move. 40? Okay. It's a war beast. Of course.
Sorry, but with that image, I'm just picturing like a pug running at a car.
Also, I'm gonna give it disadvantage on wisdom ability checks for the hex. I forgot to state it earlier.
Okay.
It's going to use its action to move.
Actually, Booty, roll a nature for me. Okay, yeah, you use the wisdom on it.
I mean, I didn't know, so I just picked something at random.
No, I was just saying, like, Shock had said, we need fire. Had him roll to see if he actually knew about the fire part, which he
Oh,
doesn't.
gotcha.
If you had rolled better than a 3, I would have said that, you could use that and say you understand that it's not really that wise of a creature. You could have gone for strength. But yeah, you just in a panic, like, wisdom! Calgar.
I'm kind of bouncing between a few different thoughts. Quite sure which one would help the best.
What is the size of this? Is it gargantuan? Huge?
It's
huge. It's a huge because it's a
15 by 15.
that's a 3 square.
This is the worst plan I've ever come up with.
I'm just gonna run south a bit. Because I am not a slayer and I'm not looking to die gloriously today. And I'm gonna throw some lightning bolts at it. That's what I got.
No, not nice.
Okay, so that lightning bolt just shrieks off in the distance. And that one hits.
Alright. For a whopping 7. And I'd like to do another D6 on that one. So it takes a whopping 10 damage. I don't remember. Do I have anything for bonus actions? Uh, no, not really. Hey, yeah, I guess that's my turn.
All right, it's time
Zeke?
for the plan. I'm gonna walk up into melee combat with it, look at it with a really fierce stare, and say, "Get it! Go on, get it!" And I'm gonna use my what's it called? What was the ability again? It's in here
Fey
somewhere.
presence.
Yeah, Fey Presence. So it needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom save.
I like how Git was the
Wow, you
fucking
got
scariest
right
thing.
up there.
It passes.
That's a once a short rest ability, so that's
It was with disadvantage.
no, because that's ability
That was a
checks,
save, not an
saving
ability
throws.
check.
That is something that the new warlock under the great old ones, their hex specifically at level 10 or 14 affects saving throws. But
Yep.
since that didn't work and that cost me one of the actions that I was given, I'll take my other action to stab it with my fancy rapier.
Okay.
Wait, target is 10 away and you're only 5?
You want to move one more square forward?
I can't unless I use my bonus action,
You
which
have
I don't
bonus
want
action.
to use. So I'm going to, well,
Crossbow.
no. Eldritch Blast times 2.
That works too.
Wait, what? Whew.
It hits.
No damage roll.
That's gotta be something with Eldritch Blast then.
Okay. So that's a D10 plus a D6 of necrotic. Nope, not a D8. Nope, not a D8.
Yeah, just roll the D10 plus D6.
Slash R 1D10 plus.
There is a dice tray. Just click the.
Yeah, but I clicked the wrong things.
If you right click them, then it'll take it out of the box.
The man doesn't know his dice.
Plus 11 plus another Eldritch Blast. Discard.
Yes. Go on, get him.
D10, D6. That's another 11, and then I'm gonna bonus action use my free casting of Misty Step. And swiggity swooty, I'm gonna move 30 feet straight south because it wants my booty. And that's my turn.
Okay, Bertrand.
I'm gonna hold my attack action when it gets into range.
Okay.
Actually, a Searing Smite would drop my concentration for the bless, right?
think the
Yeah,
smite
because
is
it's
concentration as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Damn it. Does Calgar have bonfire?
hmm
So-
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I do want to mention one thing. Like for Calgar, like you don't know that fire does anything for it, but if you would have used fire, you would still use fire.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't use it
Mhm.
because
no
you're a
matter.
fucking
Yeah.
little pyro.
He's a
Pyromania
pyromaniac in any game that he plays.
I know. It's a
So
bias.
of course, he's
can't
gonna
help it.
use bonfire.
All right. I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna take another shot at the Hydra.
Okay.
And then I am going to put another grasping arrow on him. For max damage, 12.
Nice. Nice.
And I got
Cool.
one more shot. And
Is that a crit, sir?
that is a crit. And then I think I get extra damage because of the piercer.
Yes. Piercer does something for the
So
crits.
I get another D8 on top of that.
Wow.
Yeah. Piercer is awesome.
An extra 5 damage.
Yeah, piercers. The feat with piercer is great with gunslingers and archers.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really nice to pair with like sharpshooter and then piercer.
Yep, so that's my 2 shots plus the grasping arrow. I have no more arcane arrows. And that's my turn. And I'm just
Okay.
going to spread out just so we're not. So we offer multiple targets.
So again, your first shot with the vines, you go for the body. Second one, you bring your aim up. You don't know what it is, but you go straight through the eye, and the impact of it is hard enough that it actually like breaks off a piece of the skull, and another head falls down dead.
Well,
We keep killing heads. What's going on?
this is a big problem.
If it makes you feel any better, that happens to me on every character I take Guiding Bolt on.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's pointless. Nope. Contributing so hard.
When one head falls, two more shall take its place.
Tobias, quit
Hell
making him
Hydra.
heads.
I don't know what to do. Is it starting to look unhealthy, or is it just unhealthy with more heads, or
A
what's
lot
happening?
of the damage you guys have been doing has been body shots. It's looking rough. Like it's bloodied, so it's taking at least half damage.
Poor dog. Wolf.
Oh,
wolf,
your dog is
wolf,
so
wolf,
fucked.
wolf.
I'm gonna share this with you because it's just fun to know.
Because when I each head out of character or metagame knowledge, when you kill a head, if no fire happens before its turn, it grows 2 more from where it's placed, and it regains like 20 HP.
Yeah. So how it works out is in a single turn, if you do 25 damage, you kill a head, and at the start of the Hydra's turn, for
You
every
give
head
it
you've
more
killed,
attacks.
it gets 2 heads back, and its multi-attack is it gets as many bite attacks as it has heads. So right now it has 7 attacks.
And guess who's there? Besides the dog. At least the dog will just disappear.
Well, look at Tobias. Keep going, bud. You're doing good.
So the first bite on the dog.
We just power through it. You kill enough heads
Has
quick
reach
enough.
of 10 feet. Jesus.
Just crunch. Gone in one bite.
It just disappears. The Hydra's probably dissatisfied because it's not there.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna do my 2 attacks.
Yep. And Tobias gets his 2d6 as well.
I was hoping it would be within range. Well, moved first and then before I kill a dog, so I could have advantage on it. But yeah,
So an extra 9 points of damage.
actually, I should have activated the command word of the shield last.
Yep, you should have.
Oh well.
You can still go two-handed, you're just not getting the armor bonus, or you can go one-handed and keep the armor bonus. It's up to you.
I'm gonna fucking keep the armor bonus, bro.
Come on.
Neat.
Is that minimum damage both times?
At least it's 11 hit points.
But if you add in the 9 from Tobias, you need to do 5 more to kill a head. So right now it's got 6 bite attacks going at you.
Woot. I need to fly out the way out of this danger zone.
So we'll
Alright,
start with Bob. And then there's some Nom.
This is why I asked for better armor in the city.
Hey, you could have been a normal paladin. You chose to play an owlin.
Hold on.
This is
I
number
need to-
3.
Stop. I need to make a concentration check first.
Okay.
Well, better armor in the bush is worth 2 in the city.
I'm fine. Because I am concentrating on a spell.
Attack number 3 does nothing. Number 4 does nothing. Number 5.
Ow!
And a concentration. Oh, you're good.
Fine.
And number 6.
I would have to roll a 1.
Oh, I saw that 20.
Wait, why did it do that?
I don't know.
That's the wrong subclass.
That was weird because I was measuring in it, and then it was like, "Ha, here you go." I don't know if that was the Misty step.
What?
Yeah,
No,
because
no,
I think when you cast Misty Step, like it gives you that radius, and you should just be able to click and it teleports you there.
What's
Okay.
also very interesting about the Hydra is that it has that many reactions to use. It's one of the
Yeah.
only creatures in the whole game that has multiple reactions because of its heads.
You want to know what the worst thing is? By CR rating, this thing's no harder than the assassin that you fucking yeeted into the ocean.
Eat it into the river.
It's
It's
amphibious.
amphibious.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll swim.
Eat it. Eat
we
it.
can outrun it.
Eat it like a mile away, and we just run.
I can't. One, it's 90 feet. Two, it's a con save, and I'm pretty sure a Hydra's got a really good con score. So it would just be a waste of a spell slot. I don't know. I'm just gonna run a bit closer to it, and I guess I'm going to try to yeet a chromatic orb at it, and that's what I got.
Baldur's Gate has taught me that that is a good spell.
And this will be fire damage. So it does
Okay.
18 fire.
Triple sixes? Satan.
I mean, it's the pyro playing with fire. Did you expect anything else?
Radiant.
And that's it. That's all I got.
I have to stand in the head that it squares in to melee attack it, right? The way that because to be 5 feet, I have to be here.
Yeah, there. Yep.
Perfect. So I'm gonna walk up and tell this thing, "Hey, get!" But I don't have a spell this time, so I'm just gonna stab it with my rapier.
Kid pokes at it.
Plus a d6 for the hex. Oh, plus 2d6 for sneak attack because there's another creature
Yes.
in melee.
Yes.
Do I need it? So this can all just be right here, right?
Yeah, all in one line.
Perfect. And then I'm going to use my extra action from haste, and I'm going to do it again.
Get him, boys.
But I don't get I only get 1d6 on this, right? Because I can only do sneak attack once per turn.
Right. Yeah.
It adds up. It adds up.
Oh, shoot. I need to double check my hex. Hang on. What level are these? No, hex doesn't deal increased damage. It's increased time. Okay, since I attacked it with a melee attack, I can just fancy footwork my ass out of melee combat with it. So I'm just going to walk my happy ass 15 feet back south. And
Okay.
for good measure,
I
bonus
would go
action,
further.
bonus action dash, and put myself over here.
Bertrand, what you got?
I am going to use.
Wait, what is the command word? I know I wrote it down.
Peanuts.
Skeeta. As my shield hovers around me, protecting me, and now I'm swinging with both hands.
Oops. Take away one of the 4s. So it'd be...
Yeah, I put it back. It's a shame because you had it on death's door.
Is Divine Smite flame fire? It's
Radiant.
fire.
Radiant.
Radiant.
Just smite the bitch.
Okay. I'm gonna smite it.
Do me a favor, roll Snake Eyes because it's funny. No. Oh my god!
Is it still up?
It's on death's door.
We got one more attack, right?
If he hits.
Neat.
Atta boy.
That's how we do it.
All right, I am gonna keep on rotating around, and I'm gonna take another shot with the longbow.
It's cocked.
How does it die?
I keep knocking heads off, so I'm just gonna aim for one of the original heads and see if I can take it off and see if that kills it. I think eventually it's got to work.
Okay, well, you would like growing up. Your father had stories of like all of the various monsters in Nagaroth, and in the back of your mind, you remember him saying, like, if you kill the central head, then the beast dies with it, and you line up that one shot, you put it, and it's going through like the twisting, like the writhing necks, and you see one that looks like it's a little more scarred, a little older, like it's been around a bit longer, and you put the arrow straight in the back of its skull, and the whole thing just drops and shakes the ground as it falls.
Did I get it?
I think that's a yes. Almost definitive.
Burn it more.
I start a fire.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Mm,
You wanted to hunt something.
Didn't you say you could purify stuff?
true.
Dungeon meshy.
It's not poisonous in the first place.
Monster.
Cardinal, and I say, I always heard those were tougher than that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hurting kind of bit.
Just thought about something. If you had a Hydra and you just kept it with you, could you just have an infinite food source? You just, oh, thanks, bud. Whack off a head, it grows 2 more. You just keep going.
I mean, in theory, yes, but how soon before those heads started looking at you as food?
I would say around 20 heads.
And how many heads
20?
until there's no chance of you overpowering it anymore?
See, that's when you use a bomb.
Are there any more hydras running towards us out of the woods?
No.
I'm gonna...
Yes, there are definitely no more hydras coming.
I don't doubt it.
No, this was I was trying to find a way to be like Nagaroth is also a land of monsters, so welcome.
Definitely appears to be that way.
yeah, you're in for some fun times. All right, so yeah, you've just killed yourselves a Hydra. What do you want to do?
I want to harvest stuff from it. See if there's
I was
anything
gonna
useful.
say the same.
What would you like to harvest?
Yeah, food.
Well,
Teeth.
other than food. Yeah, teeth or...
We're gonna
I don't know if hydra venom or poison is a thing, but maybe.
No, they
die of
just
rabbit
bite
sickness
really
if we don't get
hard.
something else.
I mean, we could probably take one of the heads as a trophy.
Maybe.
And
We can eat it
cauterize
though, right?
Probably.
Yeah, hydras don't have anything to do with poison or acid or anything like that. So, yeah, if you want to like carve yourself some hydra steaks,
Well, yeah.
let's go with survival.
That would be not me.
Not me.
Are you helping me?
I will help somebody, but I am not doing the rolls.
I take out my carving knife. 14.
Okay. Yeah, you start carving in like you bury the knife into the skin and you realize like the knife isn't the best to get through. Like you can feel like you're just barely getting through the hide with your knife. You can do it. It's just gonna take you most of the day to cut the skin away to get to the actual meat, and then if you want to be harvesting like hunks of the flank and stuff like that, yeah, like this would be an all-day thing for you.
Anyone got a spare sword?
Yeah.
I got a dark elf sword.
Yeah,
If I make a bonfire with great bonfire and you heat up the blade, whatever you think you're going to use to try to cut, would the heated blade help cut through the skin?
I don't think so.
Does a hot steak knife help you cut through steak?
No.
No.
So,
It
can-
was a thought.
I mean,
It's-
yeah, that technically does qualify as a thought. I'll give you that.
I mean, it's with the fire. I don't know.
It's dead. It's not regenerating anymore. Yeah, if you
Alright,
if you go with the swords, it's still gonna take you a good number of hours. Like you're probably looking at 4, 6.
that's fine.
well, it's early in the morning right now, right?
Get lost supplies and trophies. That cost some money.
And if you're looking for trophies, ooh, let's.
I can make
Let's see what we
my
got
packed weapon. I can shunt it away and resummon it as like an axe. This is more of like a chopping weapon to chop through the hide.
Regardless of like which tool you're using, like you guys aren't very familiar with the idea of like harvesting meat from something of this magnitude. Like you've actually of you guys, I don't think any of you would have actually really gone hunting yourselves.
Nope.
In real life,
I would
yes,
have.
I have.
I'm a ranger.
Great. In real life, great. But you've got Dwarf Under the Mountain, Empire Noble, or rich boy that is on hard times.
I was a noble.
Dark Elf Noble, so another pretty boy, and then Cardinal's priest.
I've actually traveled, thank you very much. So
Good sir, I grew up in the forest. Of course I know how to hunt.
I know how
So
to hunt
you
for
might
a
have
good
slaughtered a
bargain.
deer. But even still, like you're as a Bretonian knight, like you refuse to use ranged weaponry. You're not hunting with a bow and arrow. That's beneath you.
We use javelins.
So
So-
let's get
I
on meat
mean,
and keep moving for the day.
And oft times when they do go for hunts, they do use bow and arrows like a good hunt. I mean, it says in the stories. The nobles do go out on hunting trips. For game, not enemy.
Hmm.
But it's actually mostly javelins, really.
I haven't looked that deeply into it, so I'm gonna say you turn your nose up at the idea of shooting something. Either way, it's gonna take you a while because this is
It's just
Just
Because
massive.
it's sheer scale.
Yeah. As for what you're getting out of it, so you wind up being able to. Most of the teeth you find in the heads are cracked and broken. The newer heads are able to extract about 29 teeth. And you want some like hide and what scales and stuff. I don't know.
Some hide, I guess.
As a craftsman, Caligar is very interested in what random things I can make with this.
Hide.
Just the sheer thickness of it, like you pretty much are able to get one of the sides fairly clean. So let's say it's about probably good like 10 feet wide, 10 feet long of the hide off, and it just kind of drops to the ground, and like as you bundle it up, you realize like it's weighing about 89 pounds worth of hide.
But think fucking Stefan volunteered to carry it.
It'd make a great couch in my manor.
Cardinal, do me a favor, roll a perception.
Oh fuck! The
The horses ran away,
horses
didn't
ran.
They still going?
You
It's
don't
like
see the
whenever I need
horses
to roll
anywhere.
decently. Yeah, I'll bet.
Well, they ran upriver. So I think if we just keep going upriver, we'll either find them or find their bodies.
We look for horse tracks.
Man, you're so smart, Ezekiel. That never occurred to me. I was just going to keep going.
Are you looking for horse tracks?
Yeah. Is that
perception.
investigation or perception?
Perception.
I put Bertrand on the job.
10.
He's got an aerial view.
So
We're
you
in a
do
thick
find some
forest.
tracks.
I don't think I'll be able to find horses through a thick forest.
The horses ran following the river for about 100 feet, and then they came across like a shallower area and were able to just like bolt across the river, and you see the tracks. They do head up into the trees and over a hill.
And
I'm
the
gonna
hill
fucking
comes
kill these
alive.
horses.
What was that?
Said
The hill
I'm.
comes alive.
I said I'm gonna kill these horses. Stefan goes first.
How much time would we lose if we don't have the horses?
Not a whole lot. Like they're not much faster than you.
Okay. Well, you guys want to go after the horses or just keep on going?
A little walking on your own 2 feet does no harm.
If we can
Art.
carry the hide.
These boots are imperial leather. I would like to save them as many miles as I can. They're very high quality.
Cardinal, what did you say?
I was gonna say, picking up and walking with the hide is gonna be hard.
DM, just to let you know, I was taking a short rest while they were carving up the Hydra.
Sure.
Do we have a bag of holding or not?
I don't think so.
Bag
I
of holdings
don't.
are not cheap.
Yeah, I have one.
I think Calgar infused one.
No, I don't remember if I've like actually told you guys that I have one, but I have one.
I don't remember anything being mentioned.
You have
so-
not told us about your bag of holding. I do remember that for a fact.
I remember that I don't
Well, I
remember
guess-
whether you've told us or not.
I'm
Well,
fairly
as-
certain you never
as-
mentioned it.
As we are like carving it up, I'm just gonna as like you carve up the hide, and as everybody starts looking for the horses, I'm just gonna put the hide into the bag. Be like, all right, we're ready. Let's go.
Where'd the hide?
Right.
I just give you a thumbs up as I walk away.
Good enough.
All right. Keep heading upriver. Let's do this.
Onward.
Question: how high is the snow? This
Your
is
height.
very important.
Also, for our viewers, the temperature is -4 degrees Fahrenheit to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. I converted it earlier, but didn't get a chance to say it.
Nobody uses Fahrenheit.
Only the people who
You
went
Celsius.
and landed on the moon do.
You Celsius.
I use it, but not by choice.
You know, just because it's about 38 centimeters deep. The snow is.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Is that a lot?
No.
It's not terribly deep now. Yeah, I just had to ask. You're just like, I'm gonna start walking away.
It's a
And just
little
be like-
more than a foot for our American viewers.
Does the Mastiff show up again?
Yeah, he has to redo the spell.
All right. Well, we keep moving. Upriver.
Cardinal keeps an eye out as we go.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
just
With
looking
my
up
crossbow.
something.
How long am I hasted for?
Like he's gone already, bro. It's like a
Till
minute.
Thursday.
It's only like a minute.
So I just want to double check. The bag of holding has an area, like he can hold 64 cubic feet, right?
500 pounds.
Yeah, but it also has a
All,
limitation on
or
size.
64 cubic feet. I'm just gonna pull it up here.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't care. Stop doing that.
It's 2 feet in
That's what I have
diameter at the
ChatGPT
mouth.
for.
4
It
feet
did the math
deep. Yeah,
for me.
64 cubic feet.
Yeah. So, even if the numbers aren't right, I'm still gonna believe the bot. That hide takes up about half of the available space in the bag of holding.
Well, he's a big boy.
Imagine trying to like carry that on your back. And the amount of meat that you were able to harvest from the hide as well, I'd say, like if you take the time and kind of like cure it before you move out. I don't know how long that actually takes because fuck wilderness shit like that.
Days.
It's not gonna spoil.
Days.
It's fucking. If it's
Oh,
fucking. What did you
I,
say?
I,
Yeah,
like I
it's-
said, I don't know. You get enough that it'll last you about 3 weeks.
Sure.
Perfect.
Just as long as we get rid of the rabbit sickness.
Of what?
The rabbit sickness.
Rabbits are pure protein. If that's all you have to eat, you'll get protein sickness.
Yeah.
There's not enough fat on them for them to actually be nutritiously beneficial, unless you're supplementing them with other things.
Rabbits and hydras are from the same family? But I could
No,
be
but
wrong.
Frank was saying all we were eating earlier was rabbits and squirrels.
I'm sorry, it's canon now. Rabbits and hydras are the same family.
I mean, it's like the
Fucking beasts. It's in the eyes.
rabbit from Monty Python. It's just a small
Yeah, I
hydra.
was about to say if a rabbit can be the most terrifying beast in the land, I think it's up there.
Onward.
Okay.
We
So yeah, you
got-
guys keep heading upriver, and you're starting to recognize more of the sounds of things that you want to avoid, and as they start getting closer to you, you take the detours to avoid another encounter with something as big and nasty as another Hydra. With other horses, say maybe it adds like an extra day to your trip, so not a huge deal to it. But to make things all expeditious and shit, you get through the wilderness without really any other encounters, and after you reach the head of the river, it's about another week and a half to 2 weeks before you start to see the spires of Clark Huron in the distance, and you're almost there. But that, with only about 10 minutes left to go for tonight, I think is probably a good place to stop. And yeah, we'll add in the extra little fun bits to round off the night. Enjoy level 7.
Woo!
Hey,
Do I go
Do we-
Warlock or Rogue?
What was that? I missed it.
You leveled.
do we roll for our hit points?
Sure, why not? If you just want to do it on D&D and Beyond, I don't mind either. I trust you guys.
I'll do it right
I
here.
don't know these guys. How do we level up here? Fuck.
6 more hit points.
I gotta consult my notations as to what my plan was.
You have plans.
And just keep in mind, I did say I would never spring a certain beast on you guys at level 6.
So you're gonna give us the Iron Scale Hydra next time? Nice.
Maybe. We'll see.
12 Rogue, 8 Warlock is the final plan if we hit level 20. I get my first feat! Let's roll a d8. What do we get here? We reroll once, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
reroll once.
Wait, how do I roll? How many die do I roll to level
Oh,
up?
that's so much better.
I never do this. Just the.
You're
base
just
stat.
going up in Cleric again?
Yeah.
Damn, I am 5 points away from 100.
Clerics are D8s.
So just roll.
I only-
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Hey, I got
Only
Aura
just hit 50.
Conquest now. Yay.
I forgot how terrible I rolled
Aura
on
of
this
Conquest.
character.
Starting at 7th level, you constantly emanate a menacing aura while you are not incapacitated. The aura extends 10 feet from you in every direction, but not through total cover. If a creature is frightened of you, its speed is reduced to 0 while in the aura, and that creature takes psychic damage equal to half your paladin's level if it starts its turn there. Now this is when my build starts to really kick off.
Good. Now's when my fights really start to kick off, so.
Yay.
This is when I get into the fun section of the monster manual.
I think I
Okay.
also get more spell slots.
So, yeah, just make sure you guys go through and do all your leveling bullshit on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I get a second spell slot.
And I do want to, before we head out, I want to talk about the new rules, because I'm, like, reading through it, I'm an absolute fan of how things are going. I think all the new classes are fantastic. So, what I was thinking, and you guys can voice your own opinion, is that we'll give it a couple weeks so that everyone can read up on the rules and understand how the game plays with the changes. Most of them are pretty minor on the actual mechanic side of things. But I wouldn't mind also merging the characters over to the 2024 rules. So if you guys want to go through and make any adjustments you want to and how you would play with the new rules, you can either stick with what you got and use the legacy stuff, because like I know for Tobias there is no arcane archer.
Yeah.
But maybe instead of being an arcane archer, you go with ranger.
There
Right.
is no ranger.
Yeah, there is.
I am a
There
ranger.
is.
Not in 2024.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I must have missed it.
Yeah, you did. Because the first class I looked at was ranger, gloomstalker.
I mean, if we do that, I will definitely probably rebuild Ezekiel using the roles that were already made, because with the changes they made to Warlock, it's a lot better for actually straight leveling Warlock.
Mm-hmm. And like, if you guys even wanted to go to the extent of being like, I just want to do an entirely different character, and we just kind of like hand wave and say this was always there, I'm down with that too. Because like I said, everything I've read so far, there's nothing I don't like about these new rules.
I would have to read it more into depth of it.
Like, I think I talked about it with Booty, or we mentioned it briefly, that we've always had some confusion on how surprise works. Surprise now is just straight, you have disadvantage on initiative rolls. So there's no more, well, is it a round beforehand? Do you lose the first round of combat? What is it? It's just, you're at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so at level 5, they give you the Fine Steed for free.
Yeah. A lot of the classes, it's just like you look at everything they have, and it's like, I just want to do a straight paladin build. I don't want to add anything else. Whereas with the older rules, it's like, all right, I want to do a ranger. I got to level 5, got my extra attack. Every other ability after that's pretty much worthless. So let's go into rogue to get sneak attack damage and expertise and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
they fit. I was reading more into it. They did. It's to incline people of staying the one class instead of multi-classing, because a lot of my characters are totem barbarian of the games that I played, but when I read into it more, I'm like, oh, the other abilities that a totem barbarian gets, holy cow. It greatly improved all the other aspects to it. Like the one aspect later in levels is that if you have the aspect of the lion, anyone within like 15 feet of you doesn't attack you is disadvantage on your party.
Yeah, there's some really cool shit.
That's pretty cool shit.
Anyways, yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. And then, and next week we'll actually get into Clark Rond, and you get to see what a Dark Elf city is actually like.
I don't want to.
Oh, it's gonna be fun for me.
I've read books of the Dark Elves. I don't want to.
I'm excited because I know nothing. Jon Snow.
I'm gonna message Tobias, and we're gonna have some talks. So, because we'll see how much Tobias knows going into it. But if he grew up most of his life living in the Empire, even I think a lot of the stuff you're gonna see there is gonna surprise him too. So
Yeah, that's how it is.
it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, until then, we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a wonderful time.
Bye. Have a good night.